Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato, and this is Transport Fever. Now, I've decided, once again, that we're going to go for a restart, and that's for a variety of reasons. And I need to apologize, okay? Because I feel that, I do feel that, that I am very responsible for these restarts, and it annoys me. It really does annoy me. But I feel that, whilst I have been playing the game correctly, if that makes sense, I feel that I'm not doing enough to sort of optimize my, you know, my money making, and that is, in a sense, what the entire problem is here. And I think I've struck upon the exact problem that I've been having and that I need to correct. Okay, like when I first started this game, okay, I was very much of the opinion that I wanted to get everything but trains set up as quickly as possible. So, you know, boats, buses, planes, and I wanted to do that, right? I don't think you can do that, right? I think you have to get trains from the get-go, and passenger trains at that. So that's what we're gonna do. You know, unfortunately, it's gonna be a little bit less artsy, a little bit less woohoo. It's, you know, less new stuff, I guess. It's just fucking trains again. But if this is what we have to do to make us win, then that's fine. All right, so what I've got here is a list of all of the towns and sorted by population, okay? And I did this a little bit before. This is also a new map, by the way, because I was kind of not happy with the way that the last map was spawning, like the seed. I was getting a little bit like frustrated with it. Either way, this is what we've got. This is the town of Elstree and Borehamwood. Okay, there's a population of 294. There's a bunch of shopping facilities, a bunch of jobs, whatever, doesn't matter. We only care about passengers. So let's get the residential overlay out. And as it turns out, that is a really decent residential overlay for us, right? Because it means that we can just stick a station somewhere like here, and it should encompass the majority of the residential area. Because that's exactly what we're going for. We're going for passengers and passengers only. That's what we need to focus on. Unless we want to go like here. Or maybe like here. It's fucking expensive though. Here perhaps? It's expensive up there. Well, either way, it doesn't particularly matter because we're going to be able to get a bus route set up, which is going to be quite exciting. Let's just start off with, in fact, if we go for like a super long station, then that will mean we'll get pretty much most of the houses. Get most of the houses in. If I increase the number of tracks, will that? Oh, that's very laggy. Oh, that is horrifically slow. Maybe just 160 meters. 2 tracks. Maybe 1 track. 1 track's fine. All right, let's do it. Let's plonk it down. That's going to be the first point. Now, we've got a couple of options here. What we can do is we can either go to Dorchester or we can go to Framlingham. So there's a population of 203 over there and a population of 222 over here. So I would be inclined to potentially head out this way, actually. Now, the problem with this area, right? The problem with this area is that the residential area and the potential area where we're going to be manufacturing a train station is in a hill. And that makes for expensive excavations. Expensive excavations. So it might be a little bit more worthwhile for us to place the station in Frangingham or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know what it's called. Frangingham. Do we want to do this? I think we want to do this, to be honest. I mean, it's quite a distance, isn't it, though? But I think, yeah, no, I think that this is the right choice. Let's get a little bit of a road and join this up. Too much slope? Really? No, come on. Come on. Really? This is kind of a little bit bollocks, actually. Alright, so that'll work. No idea why this is so awkward, but whatever. Alright, let's get rid of you. Let's get a train station in here. that pretty much covers the entirety of the residential district, which is great. We are still going to get a bus service set up, but that's going to be fine. I'm going to plonk this track down here, and then I'm going to connect it up with a road, so I don't have to pay an outrageous amount of cash. Too much slope? Really? Alright, let's get rid of that road. Little bit unnecessary. Okay. Connect that up there. Come on. For fucking real? Again, I feel this is a very expensive and perhaps overly expensive endeavor. But I'll take it. One building to be removed for 27k. That's a no, buddy. I'm not going to remove that building. There we go. We built around it. Okay, perfect. So that was a little bit of an expensive venture, but I think, honestly, it'll be worth it. Now, there is a problem here, right? There is absolutely a problem here. And the problem is that there is a big fuck-off mountain in the way. We want to try and maintain the highest possible speeds, that is 120. We want to maintain the highest possible speeds at the same time as a pretty direct route through the mountain, I think. I think we just have to build it through the mountain. You know what? I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to do this for one simple reason. Is that if we do this, then we will actually have a train network that can connect up to Dorchester and Estill and Borehamwood. Now, it is going to be a very, very expensive... Do we even want to do it? Like, we could just hold off on this, like, tunnel, right? Like, because if we did this, if we were to do this, then I would feel very, very happy because we'd be able to make it come out here and we'd be able to get, you know, a train service that went from Farlingham to Dorchester and then Farlingham to Estill and Borehamwood. But I think, honestly, because we're just in cost-saving mode, we could do with just having a somewhat more indirect route, but hella cheaper. Hella cheaper. So let's try and make that dream a reality, shall we? A hella cheaper route. Okay. And when I say hella cheaper, it should be a significant cost saving. I say a significant cost saving. It might not be the biggest saving if we have to excavate a bunch of land. But for the most part, I think it should be very, very easy to just plot a route that is somewhat slower. Alright, what's the angle that we can get around here? 100... something like that. That's about the steepest curve that we can really attempt. I mean, that's fine, to be honest. Like, that's really easy to deal with. Yep, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And now all we need to do is connect up the points. And see, by doing all of this manually, yes, it is a slower process. But holy cow, I've saved myself so much money. Like an unbelievable amount of cash. An unbelievable amount of cash. Now, that is a train route. It's not the most direct. I mean, it's not through the mountain like I would have liked. Ideally in the future, right, we'll be able to just get a track here. Whoa. And just bring it straight through the mountain, right? Something like that. Like, that would be way more direct. Yeah, so something like that would be way more direct, even maybe curving around a little bit more than it currently is. That would only cost 1.3 million. Wow. It's actually significantly cheaper than I was quoted for going through the whole mountain. Either way, we're not getting it. We don't need it. That's not something that I'm interested in right now. All right, we need to set up the intercity bus networks as well, right? This is something else that I really needed to emphasize 3 bus stops, I think, will be pretty much fine for what we need, I think. We can also get a train depot whilst I remember. I always do this. I always need to make sure that I have a nice little off-ramp. Sure. Something like that should be fine. And fingers crossed that the land is level so that we don't have to pay... Hey, 30 grand. That's actually really reasonable for a train. A train depot even. Okay, let's get the bus set up. Let's get the bus set up. Bus tram station. We don't even need it. We just need a depot. Okay, where's a cheap place for depot? Not there. At the end here is what I'm talking about. 12k. That's unbelievably cheap. Stagecoach. Let's get 2 of them. Let's make them orange. Trademark potato color. All right. And let's stick them on a new route. This is going to be called New Route, New Me. Since it is a new route and it's a new me. New route, new me. That's right. Okay, so those 2 are going to get to work on that route. Fingers crossed that should be the passenger demand sorted at one end. We're going to have to go to Fandringham. Fandringham. We're going to have to go to this town, and we're also going to have to do the same thing over here. That's a little bit expensive for my taste. 77k? Fuck off. 12k, that's more like it. Alright, bus stops. Bus stops, bus stops, bus stops. Yep. Bus stop here. A little bit of residential over there. A little bit of residential over there. And a little bit here. I mean, why not, eh? Why? We might as fucking well. We might as well. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get 4 going on this route because I'd like a little bit more since it's a little bit of a more spread out town. Even though it's actually less populated. This is going to be called... this is going to be called... Second to None. Second to none, but one. Since it is the second city that I actually attempted my endeavor on, it's going to be called Second to One, but None. I think that's a rather poetic title, actually, for a bus route. I mean, you know, it might not be a poetic title for a poem or anything, but it's fucking poetic for a bus route, innit? Innit? Alright, second to none, but one. Perfect. That's grand. Things are looking up. That's awesome. Alright, now all we need to do... We haven't taken out a loan yet, which is actually revolutionary for me. Let's get a train. 1.2k. 1.2k. 123k. Easy peasy. And how many passenger cars do we want? Not too many. Also, I've decided that I'm not really a big fan of the whole wait for full load thing. Like, people were saying in the comments that we need to have regular train services to make sure that passengers are happy. I don't know if passengers actually are happy, but I don't know if passengers are happy with more regular train services, but I think that that sounds completely reasonable. So let's get a good old regular, and that's what we can call it actually as well. Good old regular. There we go. Perfect. All right. Don't have any warnings. We're in for a treat. Okay, we're gonna unpause, stick it in 3 times speed because I've decided that I like 3 times speed more than I like anything else, and we're gonna see if it works. I'm very, very curious to see if it does. I don't think it's gonna be an instant success, but I'm hoping for success fairly soon. I'll be honest, I am. Oh, look at all these people. Looking rather good. Looking rather good. So as soon as we start to see little pedestrians pop up, then we'll know that we are successful. And I wouldn't expect it to start happening quite yet, but it will start to happen. I'm confident. I'm quietly confident. And I'm not going to be building any other routes until we know that this one is actually decent, because otherwise what's the point in living if we can't even set up one stinking fucking train route? So, there. Alright, no passengers waiting yet. Oh, yes! This is it! This is it! One passenger waiting. It all starts with one passenger. It all starts with one passenger. We have another passenger. Oh, baby, it's at the train station. That's so good. That's so good. Passengers over here as well. This is working. And you know what the great thing about passengers? Fuck goods, okay? Fuck good transportation. Passenger transportation is where it's at. You make so much more money for passenger transportation, and you don't need to worry about the fucking process. Like if I deliver like fucking eggs, I don't need to worry about getting the chickens to the farmer. I don't need to worry about packaging the fucking eggs and getting it to the fucking supermarket. You know, all I need to do is just bring the passenger from point A to B. I don't need to be in charge of a fucking chicken for like, you know, 40 fucking hours a day to sell some eggs. 6 passengers, holy cow! 6 passengers on our first ever run. I mean, it's not going to be profitable for a little while, but that's damned good. That is damned impressive. That is really, really impressive. I mean, the next thing is going to be actually just setting up a Dorchester route to Elstree and Borehamwood. Like, that is going to be totally achievable. 12 passengers. Fuck me. I mean, that's crazy. That's actually insane. All right. I'm actually serious. We could totally get this this Dorchester route set up. I mean, I might as well. If I've got nothing better to do, you know? Here we go. That's going to be a little bit of an expensive piece of track laying, I think, though. Unfortunately. You know, shit happens. Sometimes there's a bunch of expensive track that you need to lay. It's just the way it is. So it now clips to, like, the road, which is kind of nice, but I don't really need it to go next to the road. It just so happens to, like, clip next to it sometimes. Why am I getting this Dorchester route? I mean, it's not really a route yet. It's just, you know, we're more just like thinking about making it a route. Which is, you know, which is a thing to do in itself. How many passengers do we have? 31! Fuck me! That's more than our capacity for the train. 30k. 30k is not much. 30k is not much at all. And we're probably going to have more people on this train. But it works. It damned well works. Gonna get you to go to the depot right now. Now, the reason that I'm gonna get you to go to the depot right now, which may be a little bit of a problem because, you know, we had a bunch of passengers on there that we kind of just wasted. But it's okay. I'm alright with that, okay? Like, let's get everybody filled up. We have a bunch more carriages. There's a bunch of orange ones. There's a bunch of green ones. We could probably do something really swanky with that, actually. I guess I could make the whole train orange, but I really don't want to. I kind of like having that little color variety. All right, how many people did we actually end up loading up? 15. All right, you know, it's respectable. Fingers crossed we'll be able to get pretty much a full load of 48 when we get to this end of the track. 28. It's looking like 48 is very achievable. 48, very, very, very achievable. Still yet to turn a profit on any of our lines, although as long as good old regular doesn't do me dirty, then I think that we're actually going to be in for a winner. I'm hesitant to take out a loan. I don't think I need one. I do not think that I need one. Believe it or not, I think that we can absolutely survive without a loan right now. We are a little bit in the dark, but it's okay. Man, I'm actually really, really happy with this route that we've designed. Like, it's oddly scenic. It's cheap, it's nice, it's windy, it's beautiful. The train that we've got running on it looks gorgeous. I mean, the orange trains just look absolutely gosh darn stunning, don't they? Like, if you know, I fault this game for many things. I faulted Transport Fever for many things, but fuck me, the trains look absolutely gorgeous, expertly modeled. I mean, I don't know the first thing about trains, but I know that that looks fucking beautiful. God damn. I do like orange. That makes it look really nice. I mean, not saying that the green is not nice. Maybe we can get a little bit of a better look here. Yeah, that's a little bit of a better look at the green carriages. But the orange carriages just look absolutely astounding. Oh, no, come back. The orange ones just look astounding. And the wee Manny at the back looks like he's very happy as well, so that's good. How many passengers we got waiting here? 28, still 28. That's respectable. 75k. I think that's actually going to put us in the... not in the black quite yet. But this route, you know, this run definitely will. And I can see from the 3 passenger icons up here that we've got a shit ton of people. Fuck me. That is actually unbelievable. This is working. This is actually working. Passengers, ladies and gents. I mean, I know it's kind of boring, right? Because, you know, it's just passenger trains. Just get passengers, stick them on a train. GG, easy. And you know what? Yeah, I feel with you. I do feel you. I think that it's annoying that that transport by truck and by boat are not much more viable. Not saying they're not viable, but just like in isolation, they're super unviable. Whereas in isolation, passenger transport is super, super viable. Like, unbelievably viable. And I like that a lot. Morley as well. What's the population of Morley like? 206. So I think it's less than both Dorchester and whatever it is. Framlingham? Whatever. It doesn't really matter. And we'll definitely be able to get a route into Morley. Considering this is the residential, yeah, we could put a train station right there. Yeah, that's totally achievable. That is actually totally achievable. Alright. 73k down on that route. This is going to be the big one, though. Like, we're going to get a shit ton of money. We have a max of 48. We haven't hit that passenger cap yet, although we're going to get close with this big batch that we're going to get here. Alright. 140k. Pretty much just put us straight into the black. And from here on in, right, I guarantee it's going to be smooth sailing. Like, nothing that we do can fuck this up. Like, unless we just stop this service, nothing is going to stop us from making money. Because as far as I'm aware, passengers are just this resource that just keep on giving. They just keep on giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And that is fucking great. You know, I will take that any day of the week. If I can get a nice, cheap passenger service between 2 towns, even if, God forbid, we get half the number of passengers at Framlingham than we do at Elsingborough, or whatever it's called. Elstree and Borehamwood. It's not even close. But Elstree and Borehamwood, if we get half the passengers at Framlingham than we do at Elstree and Borehamwood, then I'm fine. Like, this is okay. This is an eventuality. We haven't even explored this fucking map yet. There is a river. There is absolutely... Oh, there's two little rivers. There's absolutely something that we're going to do with boats. Absolutely 100% there is. But fuck me, passengers still, fortunately or unfortunately, seem to be the undisputed best way to go about doing things. And this wasn't even difficult to set up. Like, it's a regular service. The speed that the trains travel at is so much better than what they started at, you know, in the last game. Because in the last game, they traveled so unbelievably slowly that it was really difficult to make them viable. But in this game, super fucking easy. It's passengers all the way. Literally passengers all the way. It's great. How much money are we going to make? I'm estimating 200k. 207k. See that? We're in profit. We're not even fucking trying. We're not even trying at this point. And this is one route. This is one single route. That's it. That's all we got. One single route, and we're already in profit. So, basically, the lessons that I have learnt is keep it simple, stupid. Even if it's fucking boring, sometimes games are just designed to, you know, force a certain mechanic on you, and I guess that the passengers are indeed that certain mechanic in this game, which is both a blessing and a curse, but alas, that's the way of it. I quite enjoy building train tracks either way. I don't really particularly mind, but basically from now until forever, we're going to be making money off this route. So that's kind of nice. In the next episode, we're going to be placing our station in Dorchester. We're going to be setting up a little intercity route in Dorchester, which I think will be quite nice. And then we'll be able to finish this track off. And fingers crossed, we'll get the opportunity to explore signals, since we'll only have one station here, which will need to be frequented by both trains, unless we want to get a second station, like a second upgraded station or whatever, but I don't think that's really necessary. 46 passengers waiting. Is this going to get to 48 before the train arrives? I think it might, actually. I saw a couple of little people arrive. 47, 48, 49, 50. Yeah. It's official. This is unbelievably profitable. 135k waltzing in. 192 up for the year. A full load of people traveling to Franklingham. And you know what? The people in Franklingham are only going to continue to amount. Even if it's half the number, as I said, I would be super, super happy with that. Anyway, ladies and gents, we're doing it. We're finally doing it. We're doing it right. We're doing it good. Thank you very, very much for watching this episode of Transport Fever. My name, of course, has been Over to Potato, and I'll see you next time. Bye.